Okay, so we're going to do our first lesson today, getting ready for the book, The Dreamer, that we're going to be reading, okay? And so first I want to talk about the author, all right? And the author, although you guys might not have heard about him before, is very famous. So what famous people do you know?
Martin Luther.
Okay, Martin Luther. And why is he considered to be famous?
He changed the way people, the church is.
Okay, so he made some kind of change, okay? Very good. And that's usually kind of something that, like when you think somebody is famous, you know they're famous because lots of people know them, they did something that kind of makes them stand out, okay? So usually then, because people want to know more about a famous person, they'll write a biography, okay? So today, we're going to, before we start reading our fiction book, The Dreamer, the historical fiction book, we're going to read a little bit of nonfiction about the author, okay?
Okay.
And so we're going to read his biography, which is like the story of his life, and we're going to make an outline, okay? So we're going to do that together. Here is everybody, if you open in Google Classroom, if you open the link, then you'll have the Britannica Encyclopedia and the biography of Pablo Neruda, okay? So we're going to read this together, and we're going to put then the main points, okay? So can you help me read this first paragraph?
Neruda was the son of Jose and Carmen Reyes, a railway worker, and Rosa Baustol.
Okay, so let's go back, okay? Neruda was the son of Jose del Carmen. So that del Carmen, of course, is Spanish, and it's the way that they have their last name, okay? And he was a railway worker, and what was his mother's name?
Rosa.
Okay, go ahead. His mother?
His mother died when he was a month of during his birth, and 2 years later, his family moved to Termoco,
okay,
a small town further south in Chile, where his father remained.
Okay, try again. Not remained.
Remarried.
Remarried. Thank you. Okay. So Neruda was a precocious boy who began to write poetry at age 10. His father tried to discourage him from writing and never cared for his poems, which was probably why the young poet began to publish under a pseudonym, Pablo Neruda. Okay, so here, what are some of the things that you notice that stick out to you? What are some of the main ideas that you see? Because when you do an outline, we want to first put just like maybe the main topic, okay? And then you're going to put like a few details to kind of talk about that.
His father didn't like that he was writing.
Okay.
And so he started like publishing with a different name.
Okay, so here he was young and publishing. He also did it with a different name. Very good, okay? So here then in our outline, we're going to put it like that, okay? So here the first title, we're going to put, what is this mostly about? All of these things, all these details about his father not liking his poetry, about that he was 10 when he started to publish, and then he published under a pseudonym, okay? All of those things are about what?
About the author.
About the author, and what else?
His life, his early life.
Good, his early life, okay? So we're going to put here that early life, okay? So the things is early life, and then those 3 details, okay? So that is the way that you guys are going to go through here, the outline. And what we're going to do is each group, if you scroll on down in the link, it has the different categories, okay? So him as a diplomat, Pablo Neruda as a diplomat, in his work in communism and poetry. And the last one, all the way right down at the bottom, you'll see that he is the later years of his life, okay? So those are the 3 other categories, and so we're going to split it up. Have this part of the room, you guys are going to this first group, you're going to do the first one with him as a diplomat. The middle section here, you guys are going to do his political career in communism, and then the last group, you're going to do the later years, okay? So go ahead and get in your groups, and you're going to do the later years. Make sure you do the same thing. You're going to have a letter and the main idea, and then put some of the details, okay? Do you guys think we always put just 3 details?
No, it's just the important.
Okay, should you put should you put everything, all of the sentence, all the details?
Just keywords.
Okay, yeah, just the main things, right? So if it talks about like him being in the United States for 3 years, for 3 different sentences, it talks about him being in the United States. Will you write that, all 3 of those? No, right? Probably just that he was in the United States. Okay, so we'll go like that. All right, so your group is gonna do this one here about the later years. Okay, can you go ahead? So you'll do it here. Go ahead and read it, and you're gonna put down here on your paper the outline. Okay. So all the students in their different groups are working on one of their categories, doing the subtopic, like the subtitle or the main idea of that paragraph, and then like a few details of what it was the most important details in that area. Okay. So class, now that you've each read your paragraph and done the outline for that paragraph, I want you to come send one person to the front that's going to present and say what was the most important information in your section of the biography. Okay. So they would come to the front and share their outline, and then that way the students will have it, the outline for the whole article in the bibliography. Okay. So tonight for your homework, I want you to search in Google for about Pablo Neruda, and I want you to just choose 3 articles. Okay. Read them, and then you're just going to choose one to do the outline, and then tomorrow you're going to share that information with your group. Okay? Do you have any questions about what you have to do?
No.
Can you tell me what the instructions are for your homework assignment?
We have to read 3 articles and then choose one. Write what we did today, the activity that we did today, and then tomorrow we're gonna share it with our group.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna do the outline. You don't have to write complete sentences. You're not copying the paragraphs. Just like the main ideas and a couple of details to go with them. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys.